Picture this. You walk into a packed room. People are laughing, swapping stories, having the time of their lives. And you're just standing there, frozen by the door, wanting so badly to jump in, but your feet won't move.
Sound familiar? Yeah, we've all been there.
Here's the thing. Communication is literally the glue that holds us together as people. How well we use it, the words we pick, the way we carry ourselves, the look on our face. All of it determines how well we get along and how far we go in life. And you'd think it'd be simple, right? Just open your mouth and talk. But it's not that easy, is it? A lot of us freeze up. We get in our own heads. We worry about saying the wrong thing or coming across as awkward. And honestly, most of the time, it's not because we're broken or shy or weird. It's just that nobody ever actually sat us down and showed us how. Well, today we're going to fix that. We're pulling from Leil Lowndes' fantastic book, How to Talk to Anyone, and we're going to walk through this together. How to walk into a room with confidence, how to come across as someone people genuinely trust, and how to carry a conversation like you've been doing it your whole life. Act 1. The fear nobody talks about. Let's start with something that doesn't get said enough. Everybody in that room is just as nervous as you are. Seriously. Every single person walking into a party, a networking event, a work mixer, they all want the same thing. They want to feel liked. They want to feel like they matter. That's it. That's the whole game. When people can't tell whether you like them or not, they get awkward. They pull back. They shut down. But the second they know you're genuinely happy to be around them, it's like a switch flips. They open up. They relax. Suddenly, you're the most interesting person they've talked to all night. Here's the catch, though. You want them to like you too, which kicks in this whole fear of rejection thing. And that fear, it messes with you physically. Without even realizing it, you start turning your body away, crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, basically screaming, "Stay away from me," to the exact people you're hoping to connect with. So here's the shift. Stop thinking about how you want to feel. Start thinking about how you want them to feel. That one change right there, it's everything. Act 2. You're already talking, without saying a word. Here's something wild. Before you ever open your mouth, people have already made up their minds about you. Research tells us that over 80% of how people react to you in those first few seconds has nothing to do with what you say. It's all about what your body is doing. In the time it takes to shake someone's hand, they've already clocked your confidence level, your mood, your social vibe, all of it. They've already decided if they want to know you better. Vanessa Van Edwards breaks this down into 11 types of body language that constantly broadcast your inner state. There's proxemics, how you move through a space, whether you look comfortable or like you're about to bolt for the exit. There's haptics, the way touch comes into play, like a quick pat on the shoulder. Then there's your ornaments, how you wear your clothes, what your accessories say about you. And there are blocking behaviors, like crossing your arms, that literally put up a wall between you and everyone else. Plus pacifying moves, rubbing your own arms, touching your neck, things your body does automatically to calm itself down when you're stressed. So what does good body language actually look like? Stand tall. That's the starting point. Slouching is a dead giveaway. It says, "I'm not sure I belong here." Good posture, on the other hand, says the exact opposite. It says you're confident, you're friendly, and you're glad you showed up. Next, relax and open up. Fidgeting, shifting your weight, touching your face, all of that makes you look uneasy. Holding something in front of your chest like a shield puts people off. Instead, let your arms hang naturally at your sides. Palms slightly open, wrists relaxed. It sounds small, but that open posture tells the whole room, "I'm calm, I'm approachable, I've got nothing to hide." And when someone walks up to you, turn your whole body toward them. Not just your head, your entire body. That move alone tells them you're genuinely glad they came over. Now, if you want to really nail this, here are 18 habits to ditch immediately. Checking the time or inspecting your nails? You're basically announcing you'd rather be anywhere else. Touching your nose or covering your mouth? People read that as dishonesty, even when you're telling the truth. Hands behind your head or on your hips? That reads as arrogance, like you think you're running the place. Crossed arms? Defensive and closed off, full stop. Tugging at your collar? Dead giveaway that you're nervous. Head in your hands? You look bored out of your mind. Wiping sweaty palms on your pants? That one practically screams panic. Even tapping your foot or rocking back and forth signals that you're checked out and dying to leave. Keep your hands open. Stay present. Let people feel like being with them is exactly where you want to be. Act 3. How to walk into a room. Okay, back to that party. You're standing just outside the door. What do? Don't sneak in. Don't slip in quietly and hope nobody notices. Stop right at the doorway. Take a second. Look around the room like you own the place. And once you've decided, yeah, this looks good, let a slow, easy smile spread across your face. Then, walk in. Don't wait for people to come to you. That wall you're leaning against, it's not going to make you any new friends. Walk straight toward the most interesting person in the room and go say hello. Now, what do you say? If you can get a mutual friend to introduce you, that's the smoothest move there is. But if not, bring something interesting with you. An unusual watch, a one-of-a-kind bag, something that makes a stranger say, "Oh wow, where'd you get that?" And suddenly, the conversation starts itself. And if you're the one throwing the event, you've got the best job in the room. When you introduce two people to each other, don't just say their names. Drop one or two genuinely interesting facts about each person. Give everyone at the table an instant conversation starter. Watch the room come alive. Act 4. Talking like someone worth listening to. Once you're in the conversation, the Carnegie Foundation's research backs this up hard. 85% of your success in life comes down to how well you communicate. Not your grades, not your credentials. Your ability to connect with people. First thing, stop asking, "So, what do?" The second those words come out, you sound like you're filling out a form. It's impersonal, and it boxes people in. Instead, try, "How do you spend most of your time?" It's a subtle difference, but it signals respect. It says you see them as a full human being, not just their job title. When someone asks about you, don't give them the standard, prepackaged answer. Build what you might call a nutshell resume. Smart professionals tailor their pitch depending on who they're talking to. You should do the same. Figure out what this particular person would find interesting about your life and lead with that. Work on your vocabulary. Most of us rely on the same tired handful of words: nice, good, pretty, smart, over and over again. Spend 2 months actively swapping those out for more vivid, specific words. You'll sound sharper, more interesting, and far more memorable almost instantly. And don't sleep on small talk. A lot of people treat it like a waste of time. It's not. It's the front door to every real conversation you'll ever have. When someone asks where you're from, don't just say the city name and let it die there. Have a little story ready, a surprising fact, something that turns, "Oh, interesting," into, "Wait, tell me more." For example, if you're from Washington, D.C., you could mention that the city was laid out by the same architect who designed Paris. One fun fact, and suddenly you're talking about world travel, history, and architecture with someone you met 5 minutes ago. One more thing. The best conversationalists aren't always the ones talking the most. Sometimes, the smartest move is to keep the spotlight on the other person. When they pause, gently echo back the last thing they said. It sounds almost too simple, but it keeps them going and makes them feel genuinely heard. Act 5. Building a real connection. We're wired to feel closest to people who feel like us. It's not something we consciously decide. It just happens. When someone seems like they're on our wavelength, we trust them faster, open up quicker, and enjoy being around them more. So if you want someone to feel an instant bond with you, mirror them. Not in a creepy, robotic way, just naturally tune in to their energy. Are their movements slow and deliberate, or quick and expressive? Match their rhythm. Think of it like dancing. You're just following their lead. Pay attention to the words they use. If they call their workplace an agency, don't call it a firm or a company, call it an agency. If they're a baseball fan, throw in a home run here and there. When you use someone's own words back to them, it sends a quiet signal that says, "We think the same way." Step up your listening game too. And "yeah" aren't enough. They let someone know you're awake, but they don't make them feel like you care. Try full sentences instead. "I totally see what you mean," or "that sounds like exactly the right call." Those responses show real engagement. Want to fast-track a new connection into feeling like an old friendship? Start using the words "we" and "us." Those words are usually saved for people we're already close to. Casually dropping them into a new conversation, like saying, "How do you think we'll all handle the new changes downtown?" subconsciously plants the seed that you're already in the same circle. And the most powerful trick of all? Act like you're already friends. When you genuinely believe, even for a moment, that this is someone you've known for years, your whole body relaxes. You stop performing. You stop calculating. You just show up. And people feel that warmth and reflect it right back to you. Act 6. Playing the professional game. Sometimes connecting isn't just about making a friend. Sometimes it's about impressing a potential client, earning a manager's respect, or making a real move in your career. The rules shift slightly. Get to the point. People at the top of their fields are busy. They don't have time for a long wind-up. Say what you came to say. Start sentences with "you." It's one of the most attention-grabbing words in the English language. You might find this interesting. Immediately hook someone more than, "I wanted to share something." Read the room before you deliver news. Good news? Lead with energy and a smile. Bad news? Give them a beat first, a quiet, empathetic pause, so they're braced for it. When you introduce yourself professionally, skip the job title and lead with the benefit of what you do. Don't say, "I'm an accountant." Say, "I help people organize their finances and find money they didn't even know they were leaving on the table." Big difference. And a few things to never do in a professional setting. If you find out you share a hobby with someone important, don't make a big scene about it. Stay cool. Let it come out naturally. Professionalism is in the restraint. Skip the cliches. Don't fish for someone's occupation if they seem like they'd rather not say. And never, ever make someone the butt of a joke to get a laugh from the group. That move never lands the way people think it will. Act 7. The power in your eyes. We've come a long way, and we end exactly where we began. The face. If you flash a quick, reflexive smile at everyone you pass, people clock it. It feels automatic, generic, like they're number 47 in your day. It doesn't land. Instead, try this. When you make eye contact with someone, pause just a half second before smiling. Let the recognition actually register on your face. Then let the smile come. Slow, genuine, eyes fully on them. That tiny delay makes all the difference. It tells them that smile was for them specifically. Not for the room, for them. Keep good eye contact while they're talking. Show them you're hanging on every word. When you agree with something they say, let your eyebrows lift just slightly. It's a small thing, but it's a universal signal that says, "Yes, I'm with you." And here's the science to back all of this up. When you genuinely smile, your brain releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. You actually feel better. And since smiling is one of the most contagious things one human can do to another, their brain mirrors yours and they get that same chemical hit. You both feel good, and neither of you even knows why. Communication is an art, and like any art, you can learn it. You can get better at it. You can actually get really good at it. It doesn't matter if you're trying to break into a new social circle, nail a job interview, or just stop feeling like an outsider in your own life. The tools are real, and they work. People want to be liked. They're watching how you hold yourself. They're waiting for you to uncross your arms, stand up straight, and step into the room like you belong there. Because you do. So the next time you find yourself standing at the edge of that crowded room, don't hold back. Stop at the door. Look around. Spot the most interesting person there. Walk over. Make eye contact. Wait a beat. Then smile like you mean it.
And just start talking.